Morning, Javon Pera. Welcome to the Morning Drive again. Today, let's talk about guilt. It doesn't work. So here's the deal about guilt. We think it's helpful. It's really a belief that we deserve punishment. And if we could be punished, then we're going to feel better about something we think was bad, we shouldn't have done. Here's why it doesn't work. First of all, it's like an O.J. Simpson thing where, you do something bad and then you end up getting caught for something in the future. And they think, why would he get arrested for that? Why would he go steal his own memorabilia? That's O.J.'s story. And it's most likely because of this guilt that he had for something bad that he did. He wanted to be punished. That's what guilt does to us. That's what happens to criminals over and over. They end up doing a bunch of bad stuff, getting away with it, and then they find ways to get caught. You think, why would they be so stupid? Well, they want to get caught because they have this guilt. It's gnawing them on the inside. It's a belief. Guilt is a belief that you should be punished. And if you believe that, you're going to find ways to punish yourself. But then when you get punished, there's sort of like relief of the guilt because, okay, now the scales are balanced, right? I did something bad happened to me. Okay, it's kind of balanced out. I feel a little bit better. But nothing better happened, right? You just spread the pain and suffering to two parties, right? What you did, or what you thought you did, and to yourself. Something a little bit better than guilt would be regret. Regret is still, I wish I hadn't done that, but it's not necessarily carrying around this belief that that constant gnawing of, I need to make this right because I deserve a bad thing because I did something bad kind of thing. Regret can be just, oh man, I wish I would have done that differently, and now I'm going to learn from that. Now I'm going to learn, I'm going to make amends, man. Asking forgiveness is the most beautiful thing, and asking forgiveness is not saying you're sorry, because saying you're sorry is all about you still. It's all about you. I'm sorry. You do something bad. I remember when I first started dating Carolyn, my wife, I said we were going to hang out, and then last minute I texted her. I'm like, hey, we're not hanging out. I'm gonna go hang out with somebody else. My friend Tim, I think it was. And she didn't talk to me for a week. And I'm like, what happened? I had no idea. I'm like, I told you I was busy. So anyway, I hurt her feelings. I ditched her. And what I needed to do was not say I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. And she's like, okay, great. I'm glad you're sorry. You should be sorry, you jerk. Because I'm sorry is all about me. Who is sorry? Me. Who feels bad? Me. How is this anything to do with Carolyn at the point? Am I trying to make it better for her? No. I'm sorry. Okay, great. Good. Go jump off a cliff. Now, it's a lot different if I say, wow, I am sorry. Yes, would you please forgive me? Please, how can I make this right? At that point, now I'm reaching out and I'm trying to change this. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out how I hurt her because I didn't realize it at the time. It wasn't intentional, but I still did. And so, would you forgive me for that? Would you let me go again? And Carolyn was gracious enough to let me go again. I almost got fired at the beginning of our relationship. That was a close one. So, guilt doesn't work. Here's what happens with guilt. You feel guilty, you punish yourself, you feel a little bit better, and nothing changed. You don't learn. The old relationships there's still disconnect, and separation creates suffering. Instead, here's a better way. Make it right. Learn. Have the conversation again with the person or try to, whatever the situation, whoever was affected, have the conversation. Hey, I'm really sorry that this happened. How can I make this better? Would you forgive me for my part? Could you share with me what happened to you? And then in that process, guilt gets released and you're able to have a better life. You're able to move on and grow, because guilty people tend to make the same bad things happen over and over and over again because they have this belief that they should be punished, and so they end up making the bad thing happen over and over again, and you don't want that. So instead, have the regret. I shouldn't have had. I wish I could change that, and have the conversation. Man, would you forgive me? Could you share with me exactly what happened for you? I'd like to not make this happen again. Maybe I can learn how to do something different. Those two steps: recognize the regret, have the conversation, asking for forgiveness. Maybe that's 3 steps, and you're able to create a better life. And then that thing that you regret becomes a gift. because it allowed you to see a new way. And wouldn't that be great if everything you regret could be a gift? Maybe so.